Welcome along and everybody to the Red Card Radio news episode. We hope this is the one-stop shop, the one place you need to come for news in and relating to the English Premier League and tangential things that
Fun
English
stuff.
football is related to. My name is James. I support Arsenal. That's Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below, that's Sean. He supports Tottenham Hotspurs. Boys, how are we doing today? What's going on?
Good, man. We got some interesting stuff to talk about on here. I'm excited for our F1 stop.
Oh, yeah? Are you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because my team's like 12th, so like, who cares about Premier League soccer right now? It's all about that F1.
It was rained out.
Yeah, I guess he's just.
I said really, this weekend coming up.
Oh, yeah, it is the big one coming up. We'll get into that. So if you're new here, if you stumbled across this, if you watched yesterday's review episode and YouTube or the podcast sites pointed you to this episode, thanks for clicking on it. We really appreciate it. If you could also hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell so you're alerted to all new episodes. If you're on one of the podcast sites, hit it with a follow, leave a 5-star review. Do all of the things that normal podcast and video people would ask you to do. Join our Discord. It's in the comments. You can at Jimmy in our Discord. He would love to hear from you. So do all those things, and it would please us greatly. And for a very long time, we would really appreciate all of those things. First thing we're going to do, what we like to start our news episodes with is a little bit of comments. So we're gonna touch in Jimmy last week. He joined the conversation. This is in relation to Sean's trivia question. Now, Sean, your trivia question last week was there have been 5 pitchers who have struck out. And this is a baseball trivia question. There's been 5 pitchers in Major League Baseball who have struck out 1,000 unique individuals. Who are those 5? And actually, you gave us the 5th person. You gave us, it was Zach Greinke, correct? Was the newest member of this club. Who are the other 4? And Jimmy comes in. He's like, "Ooh, baseball trivia. I like it." But he said this is a tough one, and I think it has to be generally pitchers from the past, which we all agreed, and pitchers who have pitched in both leagues. Also something that we said. However, strikeout numbers have blown up since the game has shifted to home run or bust, and so he picks. These are the 4 he picks to begin with. He says Nolan Ryan, Bob Gibson, Roger Clemens, and Randy Johnson. Those are 4 very, very good picks because 3 of them are correct, right? Bob Gibson was, I think, the strikeout king for a long time until he was surpassed.
No. Bob Gibson wouldn't make this list for 2 reasons. He didn't play long enough because he threw his arm off because he throws so hard. And 2, he only played for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Right.
So he never switched leagues to strike out people in the other league, and they didn't have interleague play back then.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of someone else. I was thinking Steve Carlton. Sorry, not but those are all good guesses. But he then
very good guesses.
Yeah, he retracted Bob Gibson after the hint, and he decided to take Greg Maddux as the replacement.
Greg Maddux is the anomaly because Greg Maddux did change teams, but did not change leagues.
Yeah.
He only ever pitched for the Cubs and the Braves and still struck out 1,000 unique individual players.
Short stint with the Dodgers and the Padres at the end there. But
all still National League.
Exactly. Yes, true.
Yes.
Yeah.
He never changed leagues.
Yeah. Which it still ended his career with over 3,000 strikeouts, which is impressive. Yeah, so that was good trivia, Sean. We really like it. Brad claims that he has trivia for us at the end of this episode.
I do.
So we'll see if it can live up to Sean's from last week.
We'll see.
I guarantee it's not baseball related. Sorry, Jimmy.
It's definitely not. It's 100% not baseball related. I can promise that.
I can probably pull up one of my favorite. It is my favorite stat in all of sports history. Is that Larry Fitzgerald has more tackles as an offensive wide receiver. He has more tackles than drops.
Yep. True stat.
And he is retired with a 20-year career.
Wait, say that one more time. I was reading something.
Larry Fitzgerald
Mm-hmm.
has more tackles as a wide receiver than he has drops of the ball.
Oh, wow.
A drop is statistically listed as something that hits your hand and is generally accepted as should be caught.
Yeah, so
So like not something that grazed your fingertips.
You're not diving out of bounds to catch something.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
So I did one my second favorite stat. Before we move away from Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux faced 20,421 batters during his career. Of those, only 310 saw a 3-0 count.
Wow.
It gets better. 177 of that 310 were intentional walks.
Wait. That's insane. Wait. So he had how many? Say the first part of that again.
All right, hold on. Let me run the numbers on 310 minus 177. All right,
we did hear the 310 numbers. What are you saying?
So Greg Maddux faced 20,423 batters during his career.
And
of those, only 310 saw a 3-0 count, which is 3 balls and 0 strikes. Of that 310, only 177 were intentional walks, which means that he only, out of 20,421, only 133 times did he unintentionally get to 3-0.
That's actually insane.
That is my second favorite stat of all time.
That's incredible.
That's less than
I've broken the podcast, everyone.
0.7% of all batters.
That's
a
3-0 count.
James.
People, if you are a baseball fan, you will recognize how actually insane that is. If you're not a baseball fan,
that's still crazy.
If you're not a baseball fan, I don't even know how I could analogize that for you. I don't know what the analogy is.
It is the most accurate thrower of a cricket ball, and what they call him, a hurler, a thrower, bowler, the most accurate bowler of all time.
That's incredible.
In a manner that leaves the hitsman
batter.
Just baffled.
They call them batters in cricket.
Okay. In a manner that leaves the batter.
Tamzid is rolling in his grave right now. He's just seething. He is seething. All right. Before we make any more ill-advised cricket comments, that's incredible. So Jimmy, thanks for interacting with us on that. Thank you, Sean, for that lovely trivia. And the
lovely stats on trivia. I got.
Well, no, I would say that his first comment was trivia, and then what he's just shared with us is statistics. But whatever, man. Whatever, Brad. You get out of here. Let's quickly, not quickly, but let's talk about these European finals. So this is something that we've been keeping track of in the news episodes here for Red Card Radio. And so we've got 3 European competitions that are coming up. The finals are coming up. So in the Champions League, we told you last week that Inter had beaten AC Milan to progress to the final, but they didn't yet know who their opponent was. Now, when you guys were listening to the podcast on Thursday, you guys already did know that City had beaten the socks off of Madrid. But Manchester City did beat Madrid. Can someone remind me of the score there? Was it 4-0, right?
4-0.
I would also like to point out that one of us did suggest that Manchester City would beat Real Madrid by a score of either 2 or 3-0. I'm not entirely sure who that one person was that was pretty certain that City would get a strong victory against Madrid.
That Ancelotti voodoo is no good. Is not here no more.
No, they just got beaten by a better team. It's like Manchester City are just a better team than Real Madrid, and especially this season. Madrid is aging. I think that's Madrid's biggest issue, is that their midfield is aging, key players are aging, and they're going to have to. I don't think they need a rebuild. That's not what I'm suggesting, but their midfield is going to need some work this summer, I think. But so that leaves us with Manchester City versus Inter Milan in the final. It's
I think all of us had that wrong, by the way. I think all of us had AC going through over Inter.
No. A lot of people had Inter, but a lot of people also had Real Madrid.
Everybody we all had. I think all of us had AC Milan.
Oh yes, I had AC Milan in the final.
I think all of the main contributors to Red Card Radio had AC Milan going through. So props to Inter.
I mean, they just handled their business.
There is a savior in this game that can stop City's treble.
Yes, Brad. Who is it?
Lukaku.
You didn't even say his name correctly.
Of course, I'm not gonna say his name correctly. I don't want him back in my club. But Lukaku could bring home a Champions League trophy for Chelsea.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works, Brad.
I don't want him back at my club, but Lukaku could bring home the trophy for Chelsea.
Yeah, and then he can.
You can't claim his trophies if you don't want him back at your club.
That's a fair point, Sean.
Yes, I can. He's still at the club.
No, he's not.
Just because I don't want him there doesn't mean that he's not still a player of Chelsea FC.
Is Chelsea Football Club playing in the Champions League final?
Romelu Lukaku is.
Yeah, okay. Is Chelsea Football Club playing in
Chelsea FC?
Wow, that's a terrible. You're the freezing cold takes from Brad over the last 2 weeks.
The troll is coming out.
Is impressive.
The trolling is coming out here.
I mean, I think you would hope that Inter win so that they have more money to try and facilitate a permanent transfer for Lukaku.
Yes.
So you guys could recoup some of that.
Yes.
80 million euros that you guys are currently out on him, but
yes,
it's not happening. There's no way Inter don't have, even if they win the Champions League, they don't have that kind of money to pay what Chelsea paid Inter for Lukaku just 2 summers ago. So that's not happening. And then apparently Chelsea are just going to go out and get, the reports are that they want to sign Victor Osimhen this summer. And Napoli have been quoted as saying they want 110 or to 150.
150, but they'll take 110.
Oh, is that what it is?
Is the rumor. Yes.
Oh, okay.
We think an offer of 110 will get it done.
How can Chelsea afford that with no European football and finishing 12th? I don't know. That's a good question. But, let's see, Todd. Work your magic, Todd Bowley. Who do you guys think is going to win this final between Inter Milan and Manchester City?
City. Pep's going to get it again.
No, it's AC Milan. He's going to overthink it like he always does.
So
Inter?
Yeah, he means Inter. We're just moving on.
Sorry.
Okay, that's a fair point. Now, I will say some credence for you, Sean. Apparently, if I'm not mistaken, the last 10 seasons, there has been a Croatian on each of the winners of the Champions League. So whoever has won the Champions League has had a Croatian on their squad. There are no Croatian players on the Manchester City squad. There is one Croatian on the Inter Milan squad. So maybe it's 11 years in a row.
This sounds like a written in the stars type thing.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I mean, 5 of those were Luka Modric, right? So
yeah,
it's just it's ridiculous.
And the other 2 were Kova was that one. Who did we have? That's never mind.
I'm just so
the Croatian
Perisic.
Yeah, Perisic for Inter a couple years ago. Well, Inter hasn't won it since 2010.
No, it was Kovacic for Chelsea. I was trying to think who would have been in 11 and 12, but that's way too far away.
Yeah. So that's just an interesting thing that I'd seen on Twitter.
I do have breaking news.
Oh yeah, okay.
I have breaking news. I just received from the news desk that Jose Mourinho has been sacked. He has been replaced by Ryan Mason for the Europa League final.
Good segue into the Europa League because
speaking of Tottenham Football Club,
yeah. So in the Europa League final, we've got Roma and Sevilla. Sevilla scored quite the winner against Juventus.
Goal. Hot take goal.
We had Brian Hill assisting Eric Lamela. And
it sounds like I have to root for Sevilla, right?
Well, that was going to be our question here, Sean. Are you switching allegiances from the Red Card Radio squad?
Yeah.
To root for Tottenham Hotspurs and to get another trophy once they've left Tottenham Hotspurs.
To quote the great Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving. Jose Mourinho to the house. We're doing it. We're doing it step by step, baby.
Now, I have this is a inflammatory question, but does it feel bad to see that like there's a former Spurs player and a current Spurs player on loan who link up, and like how does it go so wrong in the Lily White, but they get it together for Sevilla? I mean, granted, Sevilla are the masters of the Europa League.
No, Hill was fine in the Lily White. Lamela is an idiot, and he can't use his right foot. He had to Rabona the goal of the year because he can't use his right foot.
Yeah,
no, I'm glad he is just left footing his ass or his butt off in Spain. Go ahead.
Scored it with his head. Scored it with his head against
good for him. He was thinking. I bet you he scored it with the left side of his head.
No, he scored it with the right side of his head because the right side of his brain controls the left side of his body.
We're gonna need
too meta.
We're gonna need Doctor.
I will go get her.
Dr. CFO in here.
I will go get her. You don't know that the opposite hemisphere controls the opposite side of your body?
Yes.
I don't care about Lamela. I'm happy for Lamela. I'm glad he spent his time. I'm happy for him. Hill, we'll see you back. We'll see you in August.
July, hopefully.
You mean July? Like June?
Whenever. June.
Oh, sorry, whatever.
Like whatever. Training camp's going to start like July 1st. Brad, get out of here. In the UEFA Europa Conference League final, excuse me, that's a mouthful.
That hurt.
You got Fiorentina and West Ham United. So big ups to the Hammers. David Moyes and the boys going to Prague to battle Fiorentina. Now, Sean, I have another question for you. This is a meta question for you. Will you explode if the 3 European winners are all Italian teams? Like will your head explode if Milan, Roma, and Fiorentina all win in their respective competitions? When will you apologize to Italy? When will you apologize to Italy?
You know what? I may actually apologize to Italy because I've got a new country to beef with.
Okay.
Wait.
I've got the country of Netherlands to beef with. I got something for them.
Could you tell that we did not discuss that question going like as a pre-production meeting? And as I looked at the rundown, I knew exactly where you were going, James. That's a great content from Red Card Radio.
We're hammers up on this one.
You know, I don't honestly care one way or the other. Obviously, I think I'm on board with the Roma Jose ladder situation. I think if City win the Champions League, it will make me feel better about Arsenal succumbing to this Manchester City team this season. And I think I would prefer West Ham to beat Fiorentina, but it would be so hilarious if, like, on a podcast level, if all of Italy just won. It's just like
all 3 trophies.
Sean's just been talking smack about Italy for the last 2.5 years.
I will completely pull a WWE Brad style heel turn where I will completely take credit for all of Italy's success for spurring them on to this.
But I think if you have any home repair, equipment stuff going on.
That guy just completely socking everybody, trying to get to the family members.
The 2 dudes?
I'm hammers up for that guy. Or the 2 dudes, apparently they were AZ Ultras that were trying to get to the stands that West Ham family members were sitting in, and they were just 2 absolutely monstrous West Ham fans that were standing at the top of the steps just socking them. You're not getting any closer.
Like, hats off to that guy, but how annoying are they going to be at the pub for the next, 30 years?
They're not going to be annoying because they don't got to pay a daggone thing.
They're going to be like, this one time, we were in Europe.
You remember
There's
that
video
time?
of it. Like, they're going to pull it up on their phone and be like, look at me.
Yeah,
I socked about 30 of them.
West Ham has already hooked them up with tickets to the final, so good for West Ham.
Let's go.
So, Brad, why hasn't Chelsea announced Pochettino yet? What's going on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. I don't understand it. I don't see why he's not been, in and or around the club. Maybe he has been behind like super closed doors, but like I feel like if he's coming anywhere near Cobham, then like the cameras are out getting that.
Oh yeah, he's obviously not anywhere. He's not at the training facility or anything like that.
Which maybe, like, look, Chelsea's a dumpster fire this year. Like maybe you're just waiting till the season is over, so that like Poch has nothing to do with this season.
But I mean, like, you look at Manchester United last year. They announced that Erik ten Hag would take over, I don't know, like mid-April or something like that. It was announced. And I mean, Ralph Ragnick was still there. Now then, Ralph Ragnick had to answer all those awkward questions. Like, are you going to talk to Ten Hag about the player? And like, there was all these awkward questions.
Right. Well, they already asked all those awkward questions of Frank already.
I'm sure Frank's answer was like, I'll do whatever the next manager needs from me. I love this football club. I'm a Chelsea man through and through, and whatever I can do to help, I'll do that.
That was exactly the answers that he first said when he came in. He said, I'm not up for, like, unless I win every game, I don't have a shot for next year. So, whatever they need from me, I got. Like, they can get from me. I don't know. Frank Lampard's annoyed me too, because, like, look, bro, I thank you for coming in when we were in a tough spot. Thank you for being a Chelsea man. Stop being selfish in this role. Because, like, homie is trying to show that he can manage. Bro, play the kids. Like, let's bloody some kids up. Like, we ain't, like, if we're not going to win, then, like, that's just balls to the wall, get all the kids up in there, and stop playing the vets that aren't going to be here next year.
Yeah.
Like, Ruben Loftus-Cheek had no business being on that field. Ziyech has no business being in the starting in any of the 17. Pulisic probably the same, because I'm pretty sure he's gone too. Like, the amount of players that are playing right now that won't be here next year is annoying. So
I think that's a fair criticism.
Have you thought about it this way, other than Conte and Silva? Like, other than them, have you thought about it this way of, like, season's over, boys? It was a pleasure sharing the locker room with you. I'm going to give you a platform so you can get the best possible deal out of here.
That's kind of what I would think you would be doing. Is that, like, the club hierarchy is, like, try and have these guys playing so that we can try and sell them.
Yes. So we can sell them for most possible money. Get them looking good. Pulisic, get on the field. Let's get you on a good team. We don't want you on Nottingham Forest. Like, let's get you on a good team.
Well, they don't even care. They want to get them out for as much the maximum amount of transfer value that they can.
That's really what I meant by that. Is like, Nottingham are going to offer like 10, but if he's good enough, West Ham will offer 25. Like, that's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Sure, I can see that. Yes. But, like, I mean, and maybe it's working because Loftus-Cheek is already like, the deal's almost done for him to go to AC Milan. So they're working on, like, the final things. He's already accepted personal terms. So, like, everything's. So our first sale is there. But so even
Frank
still,
Frank says you're welcome.
Sure. But do you think Ziyech coming on for 3 games and not caring is going to help his value? I think in certain situations, sure.
Frank and Chelsea's front office cannot help him caring. That just shows the next club what you're getting.
Yeah.
Right. So that's not going to help his value is what I'm saying.
Guess
I think he's damaged his...
That was kind of an inflammatory question that I had to ask you, Brad. Let's
talked about one dumpster fire. Let's get to the next one.
Hold on. Let's leave the next one till we have more time to unpack it, because I think that's a better conversation. And we're not even gonna hint at it other than dumpster fire. That's what Brad brought up. You have to keep checking back to see which dumpster fire we're talking about in the Premier League. But let's mention this. Brad, you said you're excited about. Did you point to me? Were you trying to point to Arsenal?
I did. I was kidding. Clearly, I'm kidding this year because you guys had a great season.
Well, you look stupid because everyone on the podcast saw you pointing towards your wall, Brad. I'm not over there. I'm on the other side of you.
Oh.
Yeah, get some. So quick F1 updates for all you concerned folks. So if you were under a rock, you will not have found out that the Imola race was canceled due to torrential downpours in that region of Italy. So that Grand Prix was canceled, and it doesn't look like it's going to be rescheduled. It looks like it's just straight canceled for this season.
Yep.
So we've got the Monaco Grand Prix coming up this weekend. This is the big one. One of the most famous famous races in all of motorsports. It's coming up. It's not always the most interesting Formula One race.
Yeah.
But it is like just the most storied. So how we obviously qualifying and things like that are going to play in a huge factor in this race. But how are you guys excited about Monaco?
Yeah, I am. Let's see. I don't think Red Bull's bringing their upgrades. I don't see why the Red Bull would have to bring their upgrades. I think Ferrari pulled their upgrades from this week to bring them next week. And Mercedes is going forward.
Yeah, Mercedes was supposed to debut their upgrades last week in Italy, but they're going to.
So is Ferrari.
Yeah, they're going to have them. I was wondering about that. Like if you have an upgrade, did you intend to race it at Imola and then or Imola? I'm not entirely sure how it's pronounced. I apologize to all of Italy for that.
To get the data.
But I wonder, if you meant to race it a week before Monaco to get good data on it to see how it performed, because introducing upgrades at such a narrow racetrack in Monaco could be dangerous.
Yes.
If things don't go right.
You're right. And like the amount of overtakes that won't happen. So like unless you can get a lot out of qualifying from these upgrades.
Hey, I wonder if that's a thing. Like I wonder if they're, because a lot of it in Monaco goes down to qualifying. Where do you qualify? And then
pit strat.
Yeah, well, if you don't get screwed by yellow flags and red flags, if there are any.
Yep.
So it's your strategy going in, and how do you handle the stoppages?
Which there normally are with the size of these cars and the size of those roads.
Yeah,
this is a street course. Like this ain't no joke.
Yeah.
And driving wise, but
there's quite a narrow course.
Yeah. Red Bull's still winning.
Okay, you heard it here. Brad is taking Red Bull. He doesn't care which Red Bull, but he's taking Red Bull.
One of them is winning.
What he's silently saying is Max. In his brain, he's saying Verstappen.
Probably.
He said Verstappen ain't stopping is what he used to say.
That's what it is.
Anyway,
there you go.
I think it should be a good one. Definitely check that out on Sunday. I think it'll be what Monaco is, and hopefully it's a fun race. Brad,
trivia.
I've been told you have trivia. Yeah, give me your trivia.
Guys. I have in front of me the list of the top 10 clubs with the most titles in the upper league of English soccer. So I'm not counting just the Premier League.
Okay.
Overall.
So in all of England, you have
top division.
England's top division. Sorry, I couldn't figure out how to say England's top division. I have the top 10 clubs with the most titles.
Okay. And this is including Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, European Cups, other cups.
No.
Right?
Premier League and Championship. Whatever the top
division league.
Okay.
Division,
Okay.
League champions.
Oh, just championships. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Let's see what y'all got. How many can y'all name out of the 10?
In order, or?
I won't go in order. I don't think you. I don't. Okay. I'd be. You could probably get the top like 3 in order, but after that, you probably won't.
All right. Quick pause. If you're participating and you need a second to do this, pause the video here, and then when you have your guesses, resume it and see where you're at. But definitely finish the video. Don't pause it and go away. Pause it and come back. Just know that. Okay.
I could name at least 6.
Let's go.
My 6. You want them now?
Yeah, because we gotta put this top 10 together. See if you guys can. I'm gonna see if you guys can do this together.
I was gonna see if he was gonna guess first.
I think.
Who can do more? We can do this as a bidding. Sean says 6. Can you do 7, James?
I want to say 7.
All right. Anybody got 8?
Yeah, I got 8. It doesn't matter. I just like, who do you want to go first? It does.
Okay, so the top 3 is Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yep.
Then there's Everton, City, and Chelsea.
Yep.
I
think Blackburn Rovers.
Nope.
Oh. Okay, so what are we at? We're at 6.
Still got two
so
current Premier League club teams that we
I
have
knew
not said yet.
I knew I had those 6 in the bag. The rest of them are so probably Aston Villa.
Yep, there you go. There's 7.
That's a good one.
You've gotten the top 7.
All right, we got the top 6 almost in order. I'd imagine.
Almost. Villa's above Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay. So the only out of it because I knew Everton or City and then Everton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because City won some in like the 30s and 40s.
Yep. But we got 3 more clubs, and we have mentioned all 3 of these clubs on the podcast before.
Well, we had
before in the 2.5 years, 3 years that we've been doing this.
Recently,
we've mentioned these clubs at least once.
Recently, this year we have mentioned these clubs.
And you said one is currently in the Premier League, and the other 2 are not in the Premier League.
Correct.
I'm gonna throw a flyer on Wolverhampton.
Nope.
All right.
Is Leeds in there?
No.
Nope.
And it's Newcastle.
Yep. There we go.
Is it Newcastle? Okay.
All right. Then.
Yep. And we had 2 other clubs here.
Then the nons. I'm gonna go Middlesbrough.
Nope.
No, I mean we could just name clubs. I know.
We can get to it if you want me to.
All right, give us geography. Give us geography of the other 2. Where is?
I don't know.
Where are they? Where are they located?
Newcastle's biggest rival.
Okay, Sunderland.
Yep. A day of the week.
That wasn't Sheffield
Wednesday.
There you go.
Those were terrible hints, Brad.
I know, but those are the first 2 I thought of. I didn't have hints ready to go.
Tyneside and I guess Sheffield would have been giving it away too, but
yeah.
The Owls, the wise Owls.
In a promotion battle.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, and we've talked about both those clubs recently. Sunderland was in the playoffs for the championship, I believe, or just outside.
League One.
And Sheffield Wednesday is getting
League One.
League One. Sorry. Yep.
Wednesday was in the same playoff that Sunderland is or was. Wednesday is in. Yeah, Sunderland are in League One. They're not in the championship.
No, they're in League One. They're in the championship. They were in the championship playoff. I just pulled up the table because we remember we were talking about whether or not they'd come up, and Joel was like, "Well, I'd like to play them." Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, I hope that they get destroyed by Coventry." That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Sheffield Wednesday versus Barnsley to come up to the championship next year.
We're rooting for Wednesday.
I'm in. We're rooting for Wednesday.
I like it. I hope you guys did well on the trivia as well. Let us know how you guys did in the comments. Hit us up on Twitter. That guy's at KSBradG. Down below is at Whiteheart_Sean. I'm at James Tiffany. Join our Discord. It's in the description of this video or this podcast. And you can tell Brad about his trivia there as well. And check back tomorrow. We've got the final preview of the Premier League coming for you, so you don't want to miss it. And until then, we'll be waiting for you. Thanks so much for listening. Have a good one.